On number 22, it's really important that you remember to look between your parentheses. The biggest mistake that I see when people do these kinds of problems is they don't look and see that there is a plus sign between the parentheses. Are you going to use FOIL on this? No. When there's a plus sign between the parentheses, you are just combining your like terms. You have an 11, you have a 7 together, that's 18. You have a 4i, your take away a 5i, that gives you a negative 1i or just minus I. Done. 23 is similar, but you have to simplify first. So on 23, you have 8. You're subtracting 6 square root of a negative 4. And you add that to 7 plus 3 square root of a negative 16. What is the square root of a negative 4? Exactly. And what is the square root of a negative 16? So this becomes 8 minus 12i plus 7 plus 12i. Remember, since between the parentheses is a plus sign, you are just combining like terms. You're taking the 8, the 7, putting those together to be 15. You have a negative 12i and a positive 12i. Poof, it's gone. The whole thing equals 15. Feeling smart? Confident? Darn it. 24. On 24, this time, look between your parentheses. What do you notice? Is there a plus sign between the parentheses? So what do I have to do? Yeah, that means multiply. I've got a binomial. I'm multiplying by a binomial. That means FOIL. First, outside, inside, last. Let's make a happy face. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times the negative 2i is the negative 8i. Negative 6i times 5. Negative 6i times the negative 2i. That would be a positive 12i squared. And now bells go off in your head because you see I squared and you remember something about that. What do you remember about I squared? Negative 1. So it's always going to be a negative 1. So this is really 20. A negative 8i and a negative 30i is a negative 38i. The 12 times the negative 1 is now a minus 12. 20 take away 12 is 8. And there we go. Done. The last one on this section is number 25. We have 6 plus 2i over 1 minus 3i. Now, can I just reduce these i's? Just cross them off? Absolutely not. You have to rationalize the denominator. You're going to multiply by the 1 plus 3i. You're going to FOIL the top and FOIL the bottom. When you FOIL the top, you get 6 times 1. 6 times 3i. 2i times 1. 2i times 3i. over 1 times 1. 1 times 3i. Or we could use the difference of squares. You want to use the shortcut? Since these are 1 minus 3i and 1 plus 3i, we can do the 1 squared minus 3i squared. Shortcut. Difference of squares. Okay, let's simplify this. I see this I squared that turns into a -1. So 6, take away 6 is gone. 18i and 2i will be 20i. 3i squared is actually 9i squared, and the I squared turns into -1. What's a negative times a negative? So that's really 1 plus 9, which is 10. Will this reduce? Yes. 2i. Ta-da!